get a part of the mix, just reply to their tweet. Make your predictions. But I said one thing to the Pioneers, or not the Pioneers. I said one thing to the Knights, and I'm going to say it here yet again. Let's get this bread, boys.
Okay. Someone's getting the bread. I don't know if it's us, but someone's getting the bread. Okay, Jacob? Hey, it's going to be a great matchup and a fantastic start. I favor Rise on this map. I favor Pittsburgh Knights on the next map. Rise, let's see how well you're going to be playing today. I love this initial headbutt, though. I really do. It has to happen. Meanwhile, you're going to have Inzim and Monkeys facing off for the drop shot in the mid. And you know what? Not as explosive of an initial as, well, you know what? Hey, and that's why. Okay, because we're going to have I was over here in my little casta mode. I'm leaning over. I'm enjoying life, you know, sipping on some pina coladas, man. But you know what? We'll have a little break. We'll have a little comeback, and that's okay. But that was one hell of an intro,
I like it, though. I like it because I switched my predictions. I'll go ahead and snitch on myself. My original predictions looking at this matchups, I said Rise has the series. You cannot take away what they've been able to do. Detox getting more active in chat. Shout out to Detox for spreading the love. But like I said, I'm a fool. My heart lives and dies the Pittsburgh Knights. And honestly, we were talking about it before. This is the only chance that I feel I have for taking back the prediction standings, and it's through PK. And it's PK in which Blaze chose in the first week against E United that got him that initial lead.
He did.
So to live and die by PK, I'm ready for it.
Fair enough. Yeah, he got one. PK might be the swing team. You know, Noble was my swing team in Split 1. So PK could be the swing team here in Split 2, which, funny enough, both Latin American teams, I feel like Latin America has the most swing momentum. You know, they really do. It's like NA, you got to favor them in most matches, but LATAM, you just never know. You never know if they're going to win and really put a hurting on these NA guys. And that's the thing, man. You know, going back to what Vane said earlier, they got a lot of heart, have a lot of passion, right? Whether they're the fans or the players, LATAM truly is the heart of maybe Gears Esports. I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking too much. But hey, I'm ready for this initial once again. I think this is going to be a good start. I hope it's going to follow all the way through. Let's get it going, Jacob.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it already. Very, very similar initial, but neither team kind of pushed in just yet. This time around, Raver is going to stun one out, but he gets stunned right before he's able to put that shot off. So now he's forced to retreat along with the rest of the members of the Pittsburgh Knights, while it's going to be Inzim versus Monkey. Stalemated in that 1v1 spot over towards the drop shot, where neither team has to be careful. But Dezenide, he gets banished to the Shadow Realm by Avexis. Fiercely trades him off. That's going to be the new addition to the Pittsburgh Knights, doing his darndest to keep this one equalized, but the points are going in favor of Rise early on.
Yeah, early on, but as we know, it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish, Jacob. Your favorite quote in the world to say. Bit of a messy fight for Rushy. He's opposite of Raver, and soon as really the dust settles, he's looking at 3 members, which Pittsburgh Knights took a while to take him down. Maybe giving too much respect to him. I figured they would just fly at him, but they didn't want to lose their lives. I do love that Inzim has backed all the way up, not only for spawn control, but also with the drop shot. So if Pittsburgh Knights decide to, you know, rotate up from Pergola, Inzim is going to be in a huge power position to eliminate them before they even get close.
Have to play their cards right here, and the effectiveness of that drop shot. You see Inzim kind of going in towards that position where a lot of players usually funnel through from, but he's going to go ahead and miss the mark for a moment.
¿Qué andamos? ¿Quién está aquí, chat? Stream. Hola, bebés. ¿Quién está aquí conmigo todavía? Ok, PK contra Rise. Milagro, Alex, perdóname, ya estamos. Solamente que fui por comida. ¿Quién quieres que gane el primer mapa? ¿Qué nos escogió? Eso lo escogió Rise. Este mapa yo creo que lo gana. Creo que la gana PK. PK la va a ganar esta mapa. No hicimos apuestas, chat. ¿Apuestas? ¿Quieren hacer apuestas rápido? Ah, voy, espérame. Oh, ni pagué los que escogieron Rebel. Déjame pagarles, perdóname. Ya les pagué. Otra predicción.
as he begins to go on a streak, but a split spot
Rise
coming
contra
in. Enzo has to
PK.
go 'cause he's getting shot in the back from
PK.
Desnide, and he go ahead and
Rise.
blows through Raver, but eventually he's going to go down. These trades are going to go back and forth. There's only one
Voy a poner
second
10
has
minutos.
been gained
Pero ahí
by the
está.
Pittsburgh Knights off that hill to 10 and counting from Rise, as this one will continue.
Voy a
It is
comer
amazing
chat,
that the score
okay?
line is as tight as it is and as low as it is after basically
Esto no se
two
come.
complete hills.
I don't fuck with
Really a
Costa.
testament to how competitive and how close in skill Rise and Pittsburgh Knights are, and it makes sense because both of them currently in first and second respectively. Rushy's picking up the secondary drop shot. That's the second one that Rise has been able to secure, and the first one was missed. It was whiffed, so we'll see if Rushy's can have more success with his.
1 second gained off the Pittsburgh Knights as Detox from downtown finds that elimination. Now he's going to have a free cross on the two players running in through the middle, and that's why he's sticking towards the outward portion of the map while simultaneously trying to get with his teams. You see Raver, Desnide, two players in position to try to strike, but everybody on the team has to go ahead and play together. The timing has to be perfect, especially if they are split up like this. But Raver finding that first one, that's going to give them an opportunity that's just going to be neutralized by Rushy's drop shot.
Good connection. That's the second one, and finally they make good work of it. Taking Dezo out here would be great, but watch for your back, Rushies. There's another player pushing you. Make that two, and now you got Pittsburgh Knights on the outside, but great team fire from Rise is hurting them. These PK members stuck in the corner. Raver on his last down and out will finally be finished off. Rise just 2 points away from hitting that 100-point mark, and Rushy's having that far angle. Ends up getting a little bit of spacing, and I know a couple of these PK members just up ahead are on their last down and out, but it doesn't matter because Monkey steady shot will take down Enzem for good measure.
Provechito, gracias, Jeremy, gracias. Putting in all the chips. Who do you got, Chris? You go for Rise, right? I already know. What's up, Dia? What's up?
And they're going to try and lock this in as long as they can. But Monkey's good challenge already, and he's going to win that fight against Rushies. One more to deal with. Hits a nice spread on Enzem, but it's not enough. Now it's up to Raver, who eventually wins it.
And even though the trades are going back and forth, it's going to be up to PK to try to get the last of those eliminations, in which they will, as this hill is going to rotate towards the low side, finally making up for those first two hills, or at least the second one where they're only able to score about 1 point off of it. As you see them cemented towards the bandstand, drop shot being come up as well, but you see Rise, they're going to negate a free pickup for that drop shot and probably try to claim it as their own.
9 to 42, still close, super competitive. Next hill is going to be spawning up, and there it is. It finally does. Rushy's big spot in the 1v2. He'll die off. Vexy's desperately trying to get his hands onto the drop shot, which he will, and he's going to be relatively safe backing up. Pittsburgh Knights, though, will spread themselves out 3 strong to kind of triangulate this next hill, which is going to be hard for any member of Rise to push in. They're going to get peppered no matter where they go. The active is in. Monkeys might be the victim, or do you take down Raver? Which one is he going to decide to go for?
I would say, even though this is only about a 30-point differential, you got to give it up to the Pittsburgh Knights because all of the drop shots have went in way of Rise. Good job for Vex. He's not using it just yet, but he's not going to be able to at all. As fiercely shut him down. No drop shot out to play, though, as Pittsburgh Knights looking to close the gap, even more so possibly tying it up. A split spawn is going to come in for Rise, though. Beardsley has to be careful because 2 players are behind him. They can easily try to move across to try to get this 3v2 intact, but it does look like Rise, they're going to go ahead and concede the remainder of this hill and try to rotate across, hoping to put all their eggs into the next one.
We're going to have a tied ball game just about. Well, Pittsburgh Knights will, I'll call it tied. It's just 7 points, right? It's not really that impactful, especially when both teams are still below 100 points. It's the second time Rise, Jacob, has, backed up, gave up some time to Pittsburgh Knights to set themselves up early on. PK, though, off that last hill, did a great job penetrating and breaking that defensive setup of Rise, and they're looking to do the same here. Vexies will die off. Enzem, he's going to be shot plus backing up. It looks like PK, despite Rise setting up early on, PK has no worries at all unless Enzem makes a heroic play.
There's an opportunity there. He's able to get one, but Desnide from around town. And I got to go ahead and say, after a great start from Rise, a hill number 2 for Rise that scored 40-1. Pittsburgh Knights answer back.
Hey, bro. Where's my other ketchup?
Hill number 4 as we move into hill number 5, where the Pittsburgh Knights have just
Where's my other ketchup,
the
man?
lead from Rise. We've begun to slow down, but I don't want to say that because it doesn't mean much the way these teams are playing fast as can be,
otra ketchup. Oh, it's right here.
Rise, You know,
I was about to cry.
Focused on the team orientation, which I don't see them doing so. They're playing as individuals. Case in point of Vexies pushing Dezo in the way that he did. Rushies now by himself as Vexies was down before. You're not seeing that cohesive push that makes Rise successful. That teamwork
Get on that beauty. Hola.
so successful.
Gotta carry the Rise squad on my back in predictions. I think Rise is gonna win this match, but I think PK wins this map right here.
Playing very well for the trades and their team firing together, which is making a big impact. Fiercely sees an opportunity, and that was such a beautiful display of trigger discipline. You know, he could have fired on Detox, he really could have, but instead he waited, and then he took down Fiercely and even got the down onto Detox to allow Dezo to get the finish. Those are the plays, the micro plays that make all the difference in the world, and PK is looking really right now at least a step above Rise.
Right now, they are on a phenomenal run. 111-2 for the Pittsburgh Knights as Rise continue to struggle in the mid portions of this game. They need to figure it out, and they need to figure it out fast. As PK, they're looking like they're going to swarm for another hill. A silver lining drop shot as Monkeys blunders it off the cover, takes out Fiercely. Dezenite actually gets it down onto his teammate as Raver gets chopped out. Monkeys soon to follow, which leaves Dezenite by himself. This was the miracle that Rise needed to get back into this game, because like I said, 111-2 at this point.
Yeah, they look as if they can potentially come back here. But at the halfway point, at least for Pittsburgh Knights, Rise has yet to reach that. Counting the numbers, they see Pittsburgh Knights pushing a bit stronger on the top end of things. That's why Enzim was going to go ahead and back up. Staying where he was would have basically been throwing away his life, but unfortunately, he had no choice as he was taken down. One by one, the Wolfpack is able to take down Rise members and to get closer and closer. In fact, they're already on the hill. And that's a reoccurring trend. Again, Rise is setting up defensively, but Pittsburgh Knights is dismantling Rise member as individuals and eventually closing in and getting onto the hill. So Pittsburgh Knights, they're playing control better.
Yeah, they're playing control. They're playing that slaying game better. They're not letting this team of Rise, who is working good together up until this point, work together at all. But another drop shot into the hands of Rise. Hopefully that can be the tool to stop any momentum from building further on the side of Knights. As Detox in a 1v1 against Monkeys, he gets shut down, which is going to alleviate some pressure because they just lost Dezenite a few moments to go. But back and forth this one goes as Enzim and the rest of this Rise squad get control of the hill right back.
All right, 182 to 124 back at the start of Vexies. Couple shots though on Fiercely. I don't know about that one. Taking down a Vexies definitely hurts, but you still got the man advantage, at least 2-1 in the moment against Dezo. That is until Monkeys obviously joined into the mix. Now it's a straight 2v2, but it could have been a 3v1 or a 3v2 if Vexies stayed alive. But now Enzim is forced to try and clutch up, which he looks as if he might be doing so. Vexies on the flank, and all is right with the world as Rise does win that engagement fiercely. He wanted the pressure in, but he knows by doing so, he's throwing his life away, and in fact, Detox actually will angle him out. Rise still has a chance to catch up.
Got a few more seconds up for grabs. Fiercely is going to be bled out as you see them trying to at least take one portion of this map back as Raver goes down for a split second. That's going to be Monkeys, who takes a ton of damage. He's going to go down, caught out of position. Detox is not trying to slow down just yet, but he's also trying to keep his opponents guessing. Great flash over the top to go ahead and try to nail himself deep into the spawn, and it's going to work. And he's going to catch Raver down and out. Everything going good for Rise on this hill after winning that initial team fight. Back-to-back battles. One is going to put them within arm's length of tying this game up.
Arms length, like you said, 175 to 182. Well done, Monkeys. Fighting tooth and nail to get Detox out of the way, but Detox steady shots with the Lancer will eventually get the best of them. Now Rise has to find a way to go ahead and get Fiercely out of the way. If you can take control of this area, you can have a beautiful cross on the players down low. In this case, obviously, be Pittsburgh Knights, but Dezo's putting up one hell of a fight, but not so much that he can control that area. He's going to get taken down, and Rise is kind of taking the momentum back. Another drop shot in, but it's not going to be used on Monkeys because, well, he's got faith that Vexies was able to slide in and take him down, which he did. Fiercely last alive. He'll make the most of his life, but getting a Vexies as he was on all fours. But there it is. The lead has shifted back to Rise, Jacob, and they're about the Apex 200.
Every time a lead shift, that's because one team is damn near shutting them out. Pittsburgh Knights took it back after a 91-2 run. Now they're on 56-0 and counting on the side of Rise, which goes and teeters that lead back on over. Great drop shot to try to neutralize. Fiercely stuck out in the middle, caught out of position, getting crossed by multiple members, and Rise, they're unable to clean it up just yet. Everybody's spawning and being in the right place at the right time. A double revive for both of these members. The battle in the middle will continue, with Inzum being one of the last members standing. Two great shots, fiercely trying to survive.
Hola, SuMuNs, ¿qué onda? Gikaya, hola, ¿cómo estás?
To the Pro League.
Absolutely, Rushies also helping out. Avexy's taking down Raver.
The drop shot that Rushies just shot, that might have been the only drop shot I've seen that a good drop shot this map. Everyone's been shooting terrible drops.
One more attempt to try and get on that hill. You saw them stabbing at it, but ultimately they make the smart decision to go ahead and back up, get away, and head over towards ATM for the next fresh hill. Now, Detox could be in a trouble spot. He's kind of by himself in the moment. You do have player 5 on the opposite end. That's going to be Rushies, and Rushies needs to stay alive. Shock in hand and manages to get away. More importantly, the drop is also... Oh, no, he didn't have any shots. He pulled it out, but forgot there was no more rocket in his pocket. But the shock is going to cut him off and give an opportunity for Avexys to lancer them down. It is chaos right now, Jacob, but who is going to have the fresh hill once it's done with?
Yeah, right now, Rise is looking like Forrest Gump the way they're running away with this one at the end. 110 unanswered points until that very moment where Pittsburgh Knights had finally scored 2, but they're getting the battles towards the low half of the map. Rise is trying to stay alive, but they're unable to do so. Detox and Inzum will fall, and that unanswered score streak will finally end with 65 seconds left for grabs, but everybody's dispersing outwards. They know how important this next drop shot is, so everybody is fighting tooth and nail. That's Rushy's trying to stay alive. He's going to get caught towards the back end. Detox gets shut down as well. That's going to be Desinide, who finally claims that drop shot for his own. Wastes no time putting it to use, but it's only going to be a down. A double down between Inzum and Monkeys, with Desinide getting cleaned up. So this is the moment Rise has. 3v2, possible 4v3 advantage if they can play their cards right.
Oh, it's close one, 2:18 and counting. Now Pittsburgh Knights looking to recover the lead once again as Rise is looking to make one final attempt to push into the hill, and it's going to be a scrappy fight without question. A 3v3 all the way. Monkeys creating that spacing fiercely. Has dropped.
What you eating? I'm eating some canes.
And they do so right in the last couple of
Should
seconds.
be you, though.
And honestly, they'll take every point they can get at this point, because now they're about to be the 250. But we're getting back to the bandstand hill. This is where Rise set up early on, if you remember correctly, Jacob, but Pittsburgh Knights took it over.
¿Están dando skins? No creo.
They didn't
Puede ser.
back down, and they took a substantial lead. This time around, though, Rise seems to be solidified quite well. The shock has been thrown, and Pittsburgh Knights can't get into the hill as easily as they did before.
Yeah, 51-16 run for the Pittsburgh Knights after that last hill. Momentum beginning to shift on over to their side, but they get a little too antsy for the hill. Multiple shutdowns go in, but Fiercely is going to be the stop and the anchor that the Pittsburgh Knights need. And hopefully he doesn't overstay his welcome, because his teammates get that split spawn, so they can angle out Vexys. They can angle out the remaining members of Rise, especially with the numbers being on their side, as Fiercely's trying to strike while the iron's hot, but he gets over aggressive and shut down. Luckily, Desinide and Raver are able to use their teamwork to get one player down, but the points are still going in favor of Rise, so PK has to figure out a way to contest this while simultaneously winning the battle.
PK is in fact keeping it contestable. Well, really, honestly, it's Rise, because PK has the most members here, but it doesn't mean they're going to find success. It's not guaranteed. Rushies, though, not ready for that blindside. Raver will walk right through them. We got 40 seconds remaining. Pittsburgh Knights could, in fact, elevate themselves above Rise and put them at 270. I expect Rise to make one more final attempt to get onto the hill. Will they be able to do so? That is truly the question. See a player down. That's going to be Dezo. He gets picked back up, but only momentarily, just to be finished off. And Pittsburgh Knights don't have the lead yet, and we do see Rushies with the drop shot. Avexys will fall, but Rise is fully committed on the next hill.
Yep, Rushies. They have to find Rushies here, because that's the guy that's going to put that final nail in the coffin, as we're tied up at 267 apiece. Only 33 points for the victor. Rushies doesn't pull out that drop shot and put it to use. He's waiting for the perfect moment. The downs are going to come in. So are the eliminations. And Blunder bounces off the knee, kicks it away, but Fiercely goes down anyway. The hill will be secured by Rise. And
todos los drop shots de este mapa
victory on map number 1.
Horribles, feos. Creo que solamente vi un drop shot que salió bien. Solamente uno. Increíble. Y eso que lo estaba jugando Rushies ahí bien. Lo estaba jugando bien.
As competitive as it was, the W is all that matters at the end of the day. Here it comes, the final attempt for Pittsburgh Knights to get the break. Will they find success? If they do, there's enough time here remaining for them to win. They gotta wait for the shock to dissipate, though. And they also have to push in now. They've got to go for it. They can't waste any time. Rise knows this is the hole to win the map. 294 and counting. Now make that 295. 5 points away for Rise. That's going to be the first down, though. And it looks like Pittsburgh Knights are starting to break through. Will they be able to fully get it? Rise.
Oh my God, Raver.
Dazzle's going to be on the side flank. He's going to try and make a big impact. The Vex is now going to fall. You got Inzim just up ahead. Inzim trying to hold his ground. This is for the win.
Oh my God, no, so PK. How?
Pittsburgh Knights stay alive.
And Monkeys stayed
No
alive
way.
through all
That was fucking crazy.
Rise was unable to solidify that elimination. Now the table.
Se rifó ahí, Raver y Tezo.
Rise 5 seconds away, but Pittsburgh Knights.
Oh my
20
God.
seconds away with 24 seconds up for grabs. Rise, even if they don't get the seconds they need to at least contest this hill for a few short moments. 3 players gearing up towards the top.
Nomás van a contestar.
It is going to come through. The contest comes in. So
Uno va a matar a Inzam. Ya, ya ganaron. Ya ganó PK.
That's going to be Monkeys. Another elimination with more than 9 seconds left. They can win it, and they do. Pittsburgh Knights secure the comeback in map number 1 to steal it away from Rise.
There it goes. That's how quickly
Oh my
you can
God.
lose a control
How did Rise
game.
lose that?
It doesn't matter if you're just 5 points away.
4v3.
You can be an eternity away, and case and point right then and there. I am so impressed with the composure of Pittsburgh Knights to stay alive and to ultimately thrive. 5 points separated the two teams. Pittsburgh Knights get one.
That was wild, man. I didn't think Rise was going to choke that. They literally couldn't. It was a 4v3.
I'm doing my quick math because as I look at these hills right now, I am shocked. I am shocked Rise lost that one and let it slip through. Like I said, on hills number...
No, no te creas. Es de limonada.
They didn't.
Lemonade.
That's just the way that it is. This is going to be a great map. Pittsburgh Knights an opportunity to take a 2-0 lead. I favored Rise in map 1. I favor Pittsburgh Knights in map number 2. And in pure fashion, just like the series started, it's going to start the same way in map number 2.
Hola. Hola, Lobo. Hola, ¿qué tal?
I know we're UMG stream, but shout out to Azteca. They had to get in here.
Yeah.
But Trucy was like, hold on, we need some more time. And that's why it was PK. They team killed.
Hey, you're wild, Jacob. You're wild, Jacob.
I would listen to him. He can have my job if you want.
Petrucci? Yeah, I love the guy.
Yeah, if he came over and kicked me out of the chair, I'll just sit back and watch.
All right, let's get it going, Jacob. I like it. I really do, man. Hey, this is going to be a great matchup. Rushies putting out those nades, man. Are they going to connect? Oh, that's good. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's going to be fiercely. I was waiting for it. When is it going to pop? When's it going to blow up?
This is the round.
Yo.
Oh my God, I really did come out to a 1v1.
Oh, yeah?
Raver was down.
Watch this. Oh, shoot. He's got that much power?
Darth Monkeys.
¿No te gusta verlo en Azteca?
Darth Monkeys.
Casi no, veo todos los matches. Veo todos los matches en
that was a big 1v1 for
en el stream
de
Xbox.
Shout out for the replay. He stutter stepped. He hesitated on which player.
Casi no me meto en la Azteca.
He tried to fake him out, and I think it cost him a shot against Monkeys.
Hola, ¿qué onda, Leo?
That man will kind of swarm on
you. ¿Qué se siente estar en Chicago? Bien, bro, bien. Feliz estar aquí de regreso con la familia. Oh my.
I mean, it's easy to say now. Hindsight as this one will continue. Detox getting that down onto Monkeys. He's trying to stay alive, though. Detox needs to buy time for Rushies to get there. He's going to go down, but how much damage did he pour out? I think that was a flash grenade. He shot Rushies in his tracks. Shots over the top, unable to get the down. Rushies knows he has a couple players lead. He pushes forward, gets the down.
That was scary a little bit.
Of all people, and if he survived just a split second more, if he was able to put half his shot out, he probably gets the double down.
2-0 lead now for Pittsburgh Knights. They continue to soar through this series. I don't even know what I would think if Pittsburgh Knights 3-0'd Rise tonight in this series after Rise 3-0'd Pioneers. It really would make my head explode, and someone would have to replay.
9-0 on stream.
Huh?
It'd be the first ever 9-0 on stream.
Oh, man, it might. Actually, yeah, it might. I don't know. I actually don't know.
Let's go, Rise.
That would be pretty crazy. Look at this. Look at this guy. Oh, look at this dude. He's gonna get taken. Hey,
happy feet.
Happy feet. 15 seconds, bro. That's a quick round.
15 seconds. Man. I think the only way you can get quicker than 15 seconds is if you just run into your opponent.
Yeah.
Chunk. Man, Avexis, you see why his stats are out of this world, because he always rises to the occasion. Kind of knock it out of the park. His rushes, though, he's always getting those nades almost uncontested. It's just about the usage. I think out of 4 nades, he's only gotten 1 elimination so far.
Yeah, not a good stat line, right? This time he's going to join his teammates up above. Raver, though, sliding into those DMs. But is he going to get an answer back? Well, he got 1 back. Can he get another? He's about to bag him a 3-piece, it seems. There's another player down. Look at this angle from Monkeys. Yeah, Rise is dead to rights here. You have to assume, right?
It's hard for Rise. Yeah, it's over.
Trying to get back up on his feet. They're all falling. This time, Pittsburgh Knights isn't going to play around. No beatdowns. Business as usual. Let's keep the ball rolling.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Rise. Like I said, when you put yourself into a hole after, I wouldn't even say just losing, but the fashion in which Rise lost it, it's almost like it's deja vu. Rise versus kind of the Pioneers, where it's a type of matchup 3-0, even though kind of you can expect that one to go to the distance.
I think Rise is tilted, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Anybody coming into today didn't see anything less than 4, possibly 5 maps, possibly lying to you.
I mean, they're matching PK. Like it's a 4v4 now, and it comes down to the fight. But
already you see them getting aggressive. They get the instant.
I'm telling you, man, they're a little bit tilted from that district, but they're still not out. Like they're only down by 2 rounds here. This should be a round for them. 3-2, like easily still in the series.
Separate themselves. Maybe try to bait out Pittsburgh Knights to rotate up into actually snipe. Plus Rushy's getting those nades once again. We talked about his connection rate. Not looking too solid, but now it's a bit different, isn't it? It's not an initial, so having those nades
Los tienen encerrados. ¿Qué rondas esta? 3, 4, 5.
Could be
El anillo aquí creo que está nades.
Be really impressed if Pittsburgh Knights win this, and more sad for Rise if they lose this, because they have everything they need to win this. And there's that repositioning, big body onto Raver. Watch out though, Dezo comes from the flank.
Bueno.
It's not going to matter anyway.
Jugó bien Rise ahí.
Put a point on the board again to bring it 2-3.
Yeah, great attempt coming out from Dezenide there to try to sideline somebody by a surprise, but even better job from Rise to kind of slow down and just take it one
Porque ejecución. Ejecución es un modo de juego que se juega en el competitivo. Control, execution y escalada.
Have to continue to build off that momentum. You see Raver back Rushes once again with uncontested frags. 2 once again thrown without even thinking. Unable to connect with elimination as Avexis does go down twice. The 3rd one's going to be it. And Rushes gets cleaned up trying to make a sneaky rotation. So this is like shooting fish in a barrel for the rest of this round. Easy as can be. Pittsburgh Knights go up 4-2.
4-2. Rushes might just need to give up those nades as a whole, or just keep them, or something.
He said Rush gotta give up those nades. I would, yeah. I don't know why Rush went to nades again. Just match him.
I really don't think Rushies is that useful on the top with those nades, Jacob.
Yeah, he needs to do better, honestly, and he knows it in the moment. That's why I just need him to be able to kind of rotate them back, or just don't go over that at all. You can't make that mistake of wasting frags if you don't have them in your hand. But let's see if it is going to switch up this time around, and yes, he does. He might hear us loud and clear in his ears. He throws that first one in towards the mid lane. This one certainly should be money, but no, that's going to be a dud yet again as Rushies with those frag grenades continues to struggle to find any eliminations.
Oh, now you got Fiercely with the incense. You got Dezo with the snipe. I mean, everything is looking good for Pittsburgh Knights at this moment. Plus, obviously, Rushies had already sent those 2 nades flying to no connection.
Oh my God, there's 2.
Line that one up. But this thing, Avexis ends them in detox. It's gonna be tough to move from where they're currently at with Dezo ready to go. Matter of fact, you could throw a nice instant over to that left-hand side, the left-hand corner.
Especially if you do the trick where you kind of take the right side of the cover, you can rev that instant. Yes, they'll hear it, they'll see it a little bit, but you won't see it all.
They don't have an instant. Oh, they do. Henado has it. What the hell? Do they even know there's 2 people right there?
In your mini map, make that rotation.
They better throw instant there ASAP. He got out.
Line body shot on the but manages
Let them get out.
Away. Meantime, all is going to be quiet. If you're in Rise's shoes, what's your game plan?
You said Rise's shoes? I think, where's the hill at? I can't tell.
Again, so there's no frags there.
Overtime. I can't see.
he's in such a weird spot. I don't know. He's great to being able to hit the perfect stun.
I think the hills.
I think they need to push through spawn. Right now, they need to kind of focus on.
I'm pretty sure it's at plat.
And I'm making that sound
not
easy
plat, but
no easy target. But
in the back of snipe. Yeah, it is.
Fiercely takes him out from downtown.
Downtown. Dezo's trying his best, man. Oh, finally gets a nice body for effect. Oh, but Rushies is there. Dezo's going to get taken down 2v3. And we're going for the overtime, but watch out. Raver's ready to go with his own snipe. And Pittsburgh Knights will ultimately get that win. It was a bit long-winded, but they got it. They got it in the end. And that's going to put them at 5-2 map point.
Yeah, I wanted to see Rushies kind of push the outside spawn because that's the biggest individual battle he's going to get that doesn't contain an ensign. That doesn't allow a free cross because of the position that he's putting himself in, but instead it looks like they wanted to push the flat side because of that overtime hill. Can't argue against it depending on how long that push would take, but now the Pittsburgh Knights on map point, steps away for going up 2-0 in a monster of a series that nobody might have expected, so this initial is so important for Rise. First blood has to go their way.
Oh,
damage is there. That's basically
Raver.
Blood with a team kill going down.
All right, 4v2 now, Rise. Gotta use
oh my god, imagine he hits that. O sea, como le daban bien con Fear, ¿no?
Detox with the final shot with Inzil, getting the final kill. That brings it 5-3, and then hope for Rise.
Okay, sí los veo bien con Fiercely.
Still within grasp. Can't count them out till the very end. Looking at the scoreboard though, Fiercely 2 first bloods, 9 kills.
Sí, yo creo que esos están como malos también.
Really been impactful not only out the start but also in general throughout this map. Pittsburgh Knights finally put the final nail in the coffin. Let's find out. My biggest question is Rushies join the team for a 4-man push. He will, and I think that's the best answer.
Gonna page out of the Reflections playbook. Kind of executes on it. That's going to be a great cross from Avexi's to get down. Nobody able to clean it up as Dezenide gets the free sniper thanks to his teammates' efforts. Unable to land the body shot, but like we've seen him in round 4. If you first you don't succeed, you try again. And triple down coming through. And the 4th eliminations in the book thanks to Dezenide. And the Pittsburgh Knights will shut down Rise back-to-back maps to take the second one 6-3.
2-0 mapas. PK.
In this series as Fiercely gets MVP. So after a monster of a series,
yo creo que la primera mapa sí tiltió a Rise, pero bien feo, bien feo.
Them 5-2 on Vascar. Now the top performance during that matchup was Monkeys. No surprise there. He went 17-5 with 20k damage. So Monkeys is going to be that guy objectively with 15 caps who's going to be
never mind, take it easy.
Doing an incredible job.
Okay,
but
Charlie,
also going to be potentially the main slayer. But Jacob, really, all those stats, they don't matter because it really depends on what the mindset of Rise is at. Pittsburgh Knights, they've been dominated, they've been playing well, they've been showing love, which means they're feeling on top of the world. So Rise, they've got to get that winner's mentality back if they want to beat PK in map number 3.
That's a massive 1v1 for Avexi's because you see on this side of the map where all the action is going down, his teammates are feeling that pressure. Great flank from Monkeys the start of the game. He got that initial first blood onto Rushies and hasn't slowed down since. He was the one that also rotated back, leaving Dezenide in the 1v1, which allowed Avexi's that free fight and which is keeping Rise into this game because you gotta imagine if he loses that fight, this is a triple cap domination while into round number 2.
Right, Pittsburgh Knights with a little bit of a lead so far. You see on that arrival spawn, so they traditionally you have to assume they're going to be the favorites so far. But we will see, obviously, Pittsburgh Knights rotating back around to kind of see what other hill they can get. And they look as if they're trying to commit for the B hill, which not a bad play at all. Vexi's fighting tooth and nail, maybe take out Dezo, but this is going to get the best of them in the meantime, though. Rise really fighting hard.
Yo, what was that? Man, two-shotted the fuck out of him.
And they're holding on to it. Or at least objective.
Perfect timing to get that kill because you see Avexi's got the decap. Just look how much time that decap is buying him. Dezenide was unable to get in the fight to help his teammate, which is forcing this upward rotation and which is being telegraphed from miles away. Rise has to see this one coming because they have both Inzim and Avexi's trying to backtrack. They're trying to set up for an eventual push that's going to have 3 players for the Pittsburgh Knights trying to push over, everybody doing their best to play the game in rotations instead of finding a disadvantageous fight. And I think Rise is doing a good job for now, but now they have to figure out a way to get offensive on their own because 2 hills are are now in possession of the Knights.
And it's going to be a 2-2 split. So this is where you risk everything. And if it fails, it fails. But if you're successful, you get a big victory. Detox taking that much damage definitely hurts. Plus, you look on the opposite end, that kill feed. Losing Inzum hurts because now that forces a Vexy's back, putting more pressure on Rushies and Detox to win their engagement, which, to their credit, they do win. So now the momentum will shift back over towards Rise. They win in 30 seconds. Fiercely looking to make some move through mid, but he's going to get caught out just that quick. And now Dezo's going for a break onto the A hill. Pittsburgh Knights are grabbing at straws, but Rise, they're going to win this round.
Yeah, grabbing at straws while Rise is grabbing at hills. Secure 2, and they're always like one hill. Literally just one hill behind at certain times for capping that triple cap domination. I think the biggest thing here in this round is Rise are looking to close it out and change in momentum against this squad that is up 2-0 for the Pittsburgh Knights, but it started off
Para la comida de Charlie. Beauty, gracias por los 100 bits. 100 bits. Dice que para la comida de Charlie. Muchas gracias. Le digo Charlie.
That's true, right? Absolutely true. It's a close one, and that is a big win for Rise because they won checkpoint.
Gracias, gracias. Ahora para la otra que vaya Kings le voy a comprar a Charlie su propio cajita de pollo. A Charlie le encanta el pollo.
Spawn, which most teams have success at. We could easily be seeing a 2-0 lead for Rise very shortly.
Sight, I know a lot of people want to see complex to MT Woo Smoke out there. Want to see a big turnaround in favor of Rise. You know, they week in and week out, regardless of how they're doing, they put their heart and soul on their sleeve, voting for him. And already 2 players getting traded out. Inzum going to be the only one to fall for Rise as Monkeys just tries to back out of that situation. Now an overstay is welcome. Figuring out a way to reunite with Dezenide, anchor onto this neutral hill, and then figure it out from there.
Rise sitting with a 2-1 lead, as you said, anchor. And defend against wherever Pittsburgh Knights are going to push, which seems to be kind of condensing towards Dezo and Monkeys over on A. Do they wait for Raver to join into the mix before they push forward? Well, maybe. Yes, they do. And I think they're going to allow Raver to go to the steps, which Vexy's is ready for. And he's hitting some wonderful Boltok shots. Unfortunately, no one is there to get the cleanup. And with the Vexy's falling and also Detox, or excuse me, Inzum backing all the way up, you got a question, why didn't Inzum stay there with Detox? Complementing those complementing those Boltok shots would have been pretty beneficial, but Inzum, he backed off.
And you can already see in your mini map as well, the Pittsburgh Knights.
I gotta sneeze, yo.
Cannot stop just because they got that one hill. They have to continue to go forward because that neutral that was taken over by Rise. And Fiercely had no choice but to give it up. He didn't want to fight a 1v2 while his teammates were still alive, making things happen on the other side of the map as Monkeys wins a big battle against the Vexys, who may not have seen him coming. 2 quick shots with the Boltok. Now Rushy's forced to turn, try to get out of there, but now even he is in a bad position. Thinking about rolling in towards the middle, but a perfect flash is going to allow him to anchor that back neutral hill to keep his team alive, but he's going to go down.
Salud. Thank you. Gracias.
To keep the points in their favor, but it's getting stolen away.
Hola, papito. ¿Qué onda, Dreams? Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Close one so
hey,
far,
Jacob, thank for the follow.
Having the 2-1 hill advantage, maybe this is going to be their move, or at least if they can hold on to it. See Rise, where they're going to be putting their numbers 3 strong up to the top side. Monkeys, I said he needed to have a good game. Well, he has had a great game so far.
Can you remove the banner, Alex? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I can't believe I never took that off. My bad. I do. I usually do for these matches.
Onto A, player 4 Monkeys will be there to go ahead and get that decap, maybe the full cap, depending. Inzum doesn't look like he wants to push up. Neither does Detox. So Pittsburgh Knights still holding on.
3 versus 2, 1v1.
Fiercely playing the outward, trying to trap everybody in.
Yeah, PK won this round.
To make a big play, because on this side of the fight, you see Raver going absolutely massive to win that fight for his team, bleeding out Inzum to stagger it even more. Fiercely backtracking, just trying to peck him little by little, and that's going to be enough. He solidifies that elimination, and with nobody else alive on the map in position other than Detox, who can't be in 2 places.
¿Crees que este año hagan un LAN? ¿Un LAN este año? No. No creo, la verdad no.
That isn't necessarily favorable. So now Pittsburgh Knights go back down to arrivals. It is pretty crazy to see. Again, guys, if you're just joining us, Pittsburgh Knights have a 2-0 lead in this series. So every round they win is a round that puts them closer to a definitive 3-0 victory over Rise, which would put Pittsburgh Knights in first place in Split 2 Pro League to date, which would be truly incredible. Absolutely incredible. Retros are down. We're going to have a 3v3 battle at the heli side.
Out of the fight, you see Des9 versus Avexes again towards the low side. Avexes saving that round number 1 from possibly even being down 2-0 here in this series, realistically. As this 3v3 fight on the other side of the map is going to be a draw for now. They're waiting for some perfectly placed smokes, flashes, and we have no opportunity to push through. On the other side, though, Avexes is creating that window of opportunity as Rushies goes down. That's going to be the first mess up on that side of the map, which puts that pressure on Avexes to really solidify it for the neutral.
In fact, solidified. It's going to put Rise in a comfortable spot depending on how this fight ends up unfolding, though, and it doesn't look too well. And in fact, 3 members will be dead, Jacob. Ooh. And that's going to give great positioning on all 3 hills. And now Rise has to fight out of their spawn just to stay alive. Pittsburgh Knights could be taking a 2-1 lead very shortly. Rushies does get the touch, to be expected, but now it's just going to be a chain of respawn, get a touch, respawn, get a touch. And at some point, you have to assume it's going to be coming to an end. And that end is going to be
clean wipe. Clean wipe from PK.
Now. One of the shortest rounds we've had.
Buenas, Pepito. ¿Qué onda? Difference? ¿Qué onda?
Pittsburgh Knights will take a 2-1 lead.
I don't want to say this is a direct effect.
Habrá otra major. Sí, un major online, pues sí.
Versus your opponent being,
un major online, sí. El major online que ya se viene el.
Another on that map, number 1. You have full control over the hill. One flank from Des9 really turned that one on its side. Momentum shift.
En menos de un mes el online major, pero así un evento presencial, no.
From not only completing a 3-0 shutout, but what could be UMG's first 9-0 shutout on stream.
Could be. It definitely could be. And man, that would be an incredible sight. To be honest with you, very rarely does Pro League, or even honestly, Pro League or E-Days or any type with this best of 5 as we currently have, it never ends.
Pero aparte de esta, sí, después de este major, creo que quedan 2 más. Todavía quedan 2 más majors en ese split.
Great shock, though. Beautiful shock. And Avexes will lose his life. In the meantime, Detox as well. And it's looking like another fantastic start for Pittsburgh Knights, who are going for a domination. Inzum's not ready for this. He's going to be down and out, and there it is. The Mr.
¿Por qué no apagas la tele? ¿O es la luz del stream? Es la luz del stream.
I thought a minute and 6 seconds was quick. No, that's going to top it.
Siento que se ve bien oscuro si no la tengo prendida.
Pittsburgh Knights to beat Rise 3-0.
Yeah, they made quick work of that advantage on one side of the map where Fiercely
looking slow for Rise. Looking slow.
Joystick. I don't know if he put a rubber band there just to save him some time and pressure on his thumb, but he kept on going, and that was the flank you were looking at where he got that free cross, solidifying this one. And look at the scoreboard, 11,000 for Monkeys, but on the other side of things, Inzum continues to have a little bit of a struggle with his return to Gears of War.
Yeah, and that's tough to see, and raises the question, will Inzum be consistent? You know, that's the big thing. Yesterday, one of the star-studded players who was tearing it up alongside his brethren of obviously Detox, Avexes, and Rushies, but today having a lackluster performance can raise a lot of questions about inconsistencies, and is he really ready to be back in the saddle? Great shot thrown, almost identical to how Rise ended up falling before, but watch out, a flank from Raver, and Rise gets put into the blender once again. 3 down as Pittsburgh Knights break out to get F and also the top hill of D. They're not going to get onto E, but the fact is they still have a great start. Monkeys not as elegant on that little dive, but hey, that's okay. We'll forgive them. Pittsburgh Knights still don't actually have the objective.
35 segundos como que se tiltearon, ¿no? Yo digo que sí.
It's just about Rush. Rushies is going to die 100,000, 6,000%.
Desde la primera mapa. Oh, he got the kill. Desde la primera mapa, yo digo.
And you can see 2 players, both Detox and Inzum, getting that neutral hill. So instead of 3, Rise knew all along it's going to come from a sacrifice being made by Rushies, and honestly, phenomenal effort to get that elimination, because it could be worse. Right now, it's TPK. They're trying to come back. A great shock grenade to trap Detox in the corner, and now he's taking some fire. He's forced to backtrack after getting that down onto Fiercely. Nobody from Rise able to clean it up, but we see the X-ray. There's 4 players from PK that are here. They're ready to solidify this 4v3. 3, and all the eliminations are going their way. Avexis falls, Detox soon to follow. Inza makes like a tree and leaves as Rushies is trying to keep his team from gaining some points here as he captures the neutral hill.
Still, though, the lead from Rise is pretty substantial, but they're not going to be able to hold on to that. You have to assume anyways, as Pittsburgh Knights might be going in for a domination depending. And the player that's going to be a thorn in the side of Rise is going to be Monkeys because he's on a full flank. Now, he will be spotted by Detox, though, as he goes for the mid battle. Anyways, on top of your screen, you saw another skirmish taking place on E. But as I said, PK looking to get on all 3 hills. Well, they're at least going to have 2 to their name as player 5, Detox, does break away from that Monkeys fight and gets onto D. It's not going to be enough. Hog Team still wins in 59 seconds, so Rise has to find a way to claw their way back.
Yeah, at least at the very minimum need to neutralize one of these 2 hills, but about 15 more seconds should go over towards the Pittsburgh Knights, if not more. It might even be a tie game before there's an opportunity even on the map for Rise to try to break through as they find 1 elimination and down onto Monkeys. Number 2 is going to be in the books as they solidify that onto Raver and figure out a way to break through. Like I said,
predictions for this split. I don't even know, man. It's still kind of too early.
Number 2, and you got to imagine Fiercely is
not even too early though. We got like probably 20 days to the major.
Through the middle, he's also being watched. It's about.
Oh my god, I don't know how he didn't get that.
So once again, 2-2 split. Whoever wins this wins the round.
Big kill.
Pittsburgh Knights just needs 1 more hill. Can they get it? Well, actually, the fight's going to be 1 up top. And
Rise should win this round.
Enough for Rise to win the pinning. We'll see it tick over for the 2-1 over in the way of Pittsburgh Knights.
Enzym's going to have E.
Does win in 15 seconds. Player 6, though, is going to sneak through, and Pittsburgh Knights has absolutely no answer for Enzym onto the top side. Still, though,
what the fuck is happening? Someone's going to be on their home hill right now. Number 2, Fiercely. He didn't get the break, though. Oh, Rise got it.
Player 1 did not win the fight. Rise will win this round by the skin of their team, 250 to 244, and they will bring it 3-2.
He's on the back of Rushies yet again. I talked about that moment that he needed to stay alive, or not stay alive. He needed to buy time in a moment that he was 100% going to get taken out. But he did. He got the elimination, finally got taken out, which the tables have turned on the other side of the map. From there, Rise was almost smooth sailing. Rushies able to get the torque bow. He found some elimination. So overall, a perfect round, a great round. Maybe not perfect for Rise to go ahead and slowly build that momentum back up. And you even see Enzym after that 1 elimination I pointed out. Now he's up to 5. So he's even heating up with the rest of the squad.
All right, here we go. This is looking great. Let's see if Rise can come back. But PK, they're tough. They are tough. They will start with the 2-1 in their favor. Rise obviously in the spot. They've been thwarted a couple of times. And the reason why that shock placement has been great, and there's that shock thrown out there. And I don't know who threw that one. Enzym goes straight through the shock and electricity because no worries. And obviously, Avexis does get the torque bow too. That's going to be huge. We saw him making some good connection just a little bit earlier. Rise gets the 2-1. And they're starting to come back and looking like the Rise that you expect to be playing.
And Rush is heating up so much, he just evaporated Monkeys to kind of start that initial, which gives up that home hill. That's why you see the swap that they do. Avexis finding 1 onto Fiercely. Not too much to worry about on the side of the Knights because it was a person deep into their spawn already, but now they have to waste time getting Fiercely to spawn back up before they can make another push as a team. The silver lining, though, is they have the utility, but will Avexis connect with another one? And he does. Catches Monkeys slipping yet again. Full control still on over to Rise, and that includes that 3v2 on the hill. Make it a 3v1 as Fiercely gets taken out. Desnide, he reaction shots 1, but he gets shut down. A chance for a triple cap domination is going to get shut down, though. That's Monkey spawning back up. That's all the trust that Rushies has in his teammates to continue to play towards their advantages.
Rise doing a great job objectively, just staying ahead of the curve. Pittsburgh Knights constantly in damage control. Trying to figure out which way they want to try and attack this. Now, I like this 2v1. The reason why I do, well, that's a big trade, actually. And the reason why that trade is so big is because it went from a 2v1 down to a 1v1. And now, player 2, Fiercely, who could have had another brother next to him, has to retreat because he doesn't have any help. He doesn't have any additional PK members to his side because Rushies was able to get the trade a little bit earlier. That trade made all the difference, and is the reason why Rise is able to
Jay's going off with that shit.
Yeah, that makes the difference right there. Enzym getting taken out versus getting that elimination. Desnide trying
Rushies
to go
going
wide.
big.
Rushies yet again out of nowhere.
Oh my
You
god.
get that elimination. elimination. He's leading in this fight as well in terms of damage, but he's backtracking.
2%.
That smart IQ play to reposition, knowing his help was there, and he returns to get that elimination onto Dezo. Rise heating up, better late than never, just like I said, in favor of the Pittsburgh Knights early on in this series as they sway towards the other side of the map. Rushies yet again with a fresh torque bow in his hands. Decap's going to come through, so Rise will maintain the lead. Rushies is doing a good job of playing Fex, left to right, up, down. He's been everywhere Rise needs him to be, and connects with yet another torque bow to solidify. Almost gets another one onto Raver, so he has to be careful here, knowing 2 more players are alive. Great flash grenade, but great bow to get the splash damage to prevent Raver from capitalizing on the flash.
Well, Pittsburgh Knights, their only option is to get onto F. They need a decap or a triple cap. And that decap on the top side isn't going to change much, and it really isn't going to hurt PK because, again, the same thing is for them to get onto F. Good shot to at least get the trade of X. He's hitting beautiful shots with the bolt talk. On 2, he gets the drop on Monkeys. He gets the drop on Fiercely. And
good round on the Rise. Momentum has shifted just because of that round. Jay is feeling himself too.
We've got a tied ball game.
Se la pueden dar, todavía se la pueden dar Rise. Jay played that round really good.
Hot potatoing the hills just will not stop between these two teams, where I'm just thoroughly entertained. And like I said, Enzum he's stepping it up when the team needs him most, and they're doing it as a full team unit. The Rushies is making these plays out of nowhere, but it's just alleviating the pressure, so on the other side of the map they can complete that full big picture play for the rest of the squad.
¿A cuál team apoyas? Pues a ninguno, pero yo dije que iba a ganar Rise. Dije que iba a ganar Rise esta series.
Difference indeed. I'm excited to see how this is going to play out, and also excited to see if Rise is finally gaining that momentum back, right? That mentality that they can win this series. Escalation has the tendency to turn a series around for a team that might have looked lackluster in the first 2 maps, but you got to complete it. The reality is Pittsburgh Knights 1 map away from winning this entire thing. Enzum, the opening kill onto Raver in conjunction with the Vex is definitely going to help. Rise once again with the 2-1, Jacob. Pittsburgh Knights has in the past couple of rounds struggled to get the objective earned early on, but is things turning around? Well, if they can take down Enzum, they will have the 2-1 for themselves. Enzum full red will drop. Pittsburgh Knights will actually have the objective in their favor.
Oh my god, but Rushies is being so annoying. Whether it's Hawkeye or Robin Hood, he is playing it to perfection and gets the splash damage on a player that I don't even believe he intended to get. And if he wasn't in that situation where he's 2v1, he probably finished off that elimination, but Dezo is going to fall. Great shotgun shot by Detox to keep Rise in the lead. They got the neutral. They got their home hill back. And I do believe if Rushies does have the torque, but actually no, he did get taken out, so he's going to spawn back up. He knows his teammates are making a play for the home hill, so he's just going to anchor himself on his own, so that way he can get all the information of all the rotating players.
At this point, Pittsburgh Knights, they've got a bit of a deficit, but they're recovering, but I believe Rise is about to inch their way up towards F. And PK really can't do anything about it, other than Player 3. Player 3 does have the cross, but he can only do so much, right? Dezo and Fiercely, they've got to feel confident to push up, which they eventually do. But the reality is, Player 3 can do as much damage as he wants, but it's still a 3v1, as Fiercely was the only one who fully committed, which in my opinion, well, can Dezo make a move here? No, he can't. But in my opinion, Dezo should have committed with Fiercely. If you're going to commit to a play like that, it doesn't make sense to send just one player up there. It's kind of throwing your life away, Jacob.
No,
big kill, Rise winning by a shit ton of points.
You gotta make sure you have the big
got their home and
knee. The way Rise is playing right now, the way I see Rushies backing out, the way I see the team pushing in certain situations, their timing is right, and they're playing with a team-oriented goal line. But Detox is gonna go down at the wrong time. Enzum unable to make the hero play. That's why he's just trying to put out that DPS, so that way he can at least get one, but he gets none. Shut down without an effort going towards his side. That hill going to change hands, but this scoreline is so far out of reach. They will need a triple neutralization to take the round, and Monkeys, he gets down, taken out by Vexy.
Yeah, muy PK en este push. Oh,
he can't get away. Fiercely takes him down, but can't make the heroic move. But maybe, hold up. Maybe I'm counting my chickens before they hatch. PK is fighting hard, but look at that stop. Look at that stop from Enzum and Rushies, Jacob. That made all the difference in the world, and truly put them on the cusp of winning this. Now they're on the razor's edge. Pittsburgh Knights can't get close. They can't, and you're right. He needs to win. Rushies will fall. Is this another chance for PK? Maybe.
1v1.
But a lot needs to go right. They need
Enzem
to
contra Raver para
well.
No, tenía dos Enzem.
Right now. They have no time to
Wow,
waste.
Rise might. No, they're not talking this.
But they can't get close enough.
Wow, scary.
Just like that, have put themselves.
Haven't watched Gears of War for a while. Did the bonus snap get easier, or everyone is just cracked?
This show is now
aim assist, dude. Aim assist helps. But yeah, these power weapons are a lot easier to use in this game. M bar too.
Look at the players to watch.
A lot easier.
His stats are absolutely
This game, I would say.
But Rushy, 17 eliminations, 14 deaths, 10 assists. That's not some phenomenal stat line, but how he's getting those stats for that stat line is what's blowing the competition away.
And I love the fact that Rushies is stepping up in the way that he is. If Rushies having a good game Rise, they're going to be just fine. Enzem has also stepped it up too. His stat line looking a lot better than it was at the start. You do see, though, it is going to be Rise using their disable on the shock. They want to be able to secure that torque bow a little bit easier. Meanwhile, PK changes things up by putting the sniper up top. So it's going to be a 1v1 for the sniper between Rushies and Raver. Meanwhile, it's going to be a fight on tank, of course, the traditional fight as we've seen several times for the torque bow. Good stun. Raver backing up. Rushies taking a bit of damage. With the way Rushies has been playing, losing this 1v1 would be hard. Really a hard pill to swallow. And obviously losing the torque bow too, looking like maybe around 9, and we might get there quickly depending on how this next fight goes.
Yeah, they're going to have to go right now. You see Detox trying to be the reinforcements. They're trying to solidify this elimination, and Raver knows it. That's why he's moving forward. Triple cap domination for the Pittsburgh Knights. They're trying to steal it away, but they leave the hill for the moment. And a right moment at that. Detox with the flank. They're securing the eliminations regardless on the side of PK, and you hit the nail on the head like a hammer bro from Mario Brothers. We're going to round number 9.
There it is, round number 9, and a tricky situation for Rise, brother. And the reason why is because they just used their disable on
Última ronda.
And unfortunately, that disable only netted them a 53-second round.
Los dos van a tachar aquí.
Now, Pittsburgh Knights, obviously, the pressure to finish this series off is
¿Tú no gritabas a los otros jugadores cuando jugaban presencial?
Now, I am curious
casi no.
why they
David.
chose to disable the retro. Obviously, they didn't want that instant to come into play, which fair enough. But either way, to each their own. I like it. It makes sense. Don't give Rise the opportunity to have that instant kill potential.
Tiene más balas el Arco. Arco tiene 7 balas ahora.
A huge difference in strategy. Rise, they want these eliminations. They want the torque bow in the hot hand of Rushies to go ahead and keep it going. Raver gets the sniper as the players a perfect shot grenade to keep monkeys alive as Rushies is trying to surround the remaining players. That's fiercely, and he's going for the hill simultaneously to keep some sort of point in his favor.
No, Rush.
That's a big play from Fiercely. Trying to go back to back.
He still had 5 torque bows left.
With the shutdown, instant over the top to go ahead and back him off that position as Rise is getting funneled towards that tank.
Nah, esta ronda la va a ganar PK.
They have the sniper, so they're going to
Tienen sniper. Tienen sniper y Rise no tiene nada.
Take it step by step.
Well, PK can't be happy though with player 5 sneaking throughout the spawn. That's Detox taking the E hill, so Rise will be able to at least cover some of those points. But you mentioned that sniper; it's only so good if you're connecting. And Enzem, in a way, living rent-free up top, but he's forced to back away. Pittsburgh Knights will recover the D hill, which can be a difficult hill to hold because you're constantly fighting against Rise spawns. And you can see how difficult it is. Even though Pittsburgh Knights had 3 members up top, they still respect the constant refresh from Rise. So they're going to go ahead and back up. Now, Raver, all eyes on him, and for good reason. Winning this fight would put Rise right back into the ground.
That's going to be a detox. Usually in this situation,
Creo que ya ni tiene sniper.
More times than not, we've seen a lot of Rushies.
No, ya no lo
It's
tiene.
going to be Detox. One of the players since he joined this roster, Rise, has had an upward swing in terms of how well they're performing, but Monkey's waiting in the
Yeah,
wings.
Rise lost, dude.
Catches the player slipping, tries to be the hero to backtrack to get that elimination.
I mean, they got Holmes though. This is not too bad. They got Holmes. Canelo went for their hill. I don't know about that. Canelo's wait, he's being low key.
He's not getting the decap. He's waiting to get the elimination before he does just that, but Rushy snips him out, and that's where it's going to be a battle. 3v1. Fiercely at least has to get something, but he gets denied all opportunity.
Either way, we're still going to be shifting hands on the hills. F now.
Oh my God.
Contested.
Now Rise won this. Oh!
Away from taking it, but they hop
Oh,
off. They
no, didn't get it. Otra vez Rush is con el bow.
Get the torque bow. He's going to fully back up.
They got sniper and bow.
Not a hill.
They have 2 hills for free and both power weapons. Like, this is impossible to lose.
That's going to force Oh, good shot from Rushies to connect on the Dezo. Literally connecting onto a pixel, and Detox with the snipe. Pittsburgh Knights are looking down the barrel of a loaded gun, and I don't think they're going to win this, but if they do, it's going to be one hell of a play.
Yeah, it's over.
They cannot even wait to get these caps. I think Raver's going to wait anyway. I wouldn't advise it. One player's going to get shut down with the sniper. Now he's just giving him time to set up. That's going to be Monkeys shut down next. Raver gets slowed down, and nobody is going to be there in time to get the touch on the hill. Rise will complete.
Vamos a cuarto mapa. GG's, GG's.
Yeah, incredible
Damn.
job. Game number 4.
I was about to say, dude, Rise choked that. No shot. They're not out yet. Todavía no.
Rise didn't dominate it by any means, but it's going to be coming either way. Let us know in chat. You still feeling confident with your prediction for Pittsburgh Knights? Or are you starting to feel a little bit safer with your Rise pick? Super curious what you have to say, because this series has been a nail-biter all the way through. The only outlier was Checkout, which ended 6-3. But aside from that, District Vascar literally came down to the wire. Here we go. We're heading into Ritual, and I love this headbutt fight off the rip. We're really going to get to see, you want to say, the mentality of Pittsburgh Knights, right? If they can come through and win this fight straight up without any worries or without any loss of life, hey, Pittsburgh Knights do it just fine.
That's for them. That's the mentality, man. They just have to play as that team that they were doing before. That entire teamwork. You can see it in their stat line. And even though everybody on Rise played phenomenally well, you can see it in stat line with damage. It's those big kills that Rushies has. If they find a way to neutralize those big moments, that's where I figure they can come out on top. But if they don't slow down Rushies here on this map, we will go to a final map to decide the series.
All right, here we go. Like I said, Pittsburgh Knights, if they can come through and just wipe the map clean of Rise members off this rip, well, their mentality is going to be just solid. Either way, even if that doesn't happen, I think they're still going to be just fine. This flank from Monkeys, though, he has been spotted from Inzum, so who knows how much effect he's really going to have. Well, speaking of which, he does get it down on Detox, so now he can continue to push up. Kill feed lighting up.
All right, map number 4, PK contra Rise. Let's get it, man. Looks like PK got this initial down.
They don't lose a single member. They get the first points. They win the first team fight, and they get the new torque bow.
Me mandó la verga. ¿Qué pasó, Juan? A ver. ¿Ya no entrarás con ningún equipo, Alex? Ahorita no. Ahorita no tengo eso pensado, no. Anda viendo porno. Toca. He's going with that Minecraft stream or what? 12-hour stream. I was gonna do that 12-hour stream that day, but I ended up doing a 3-hour. A 12-hour stream though. I could do that. I gotta plan it. I'll probably do it sometime this week.
And Pittsburgh Knights not only able to drain this one, but be first on towards next.
I'll be completely honest with you, brother. I didn't expect that kind of start. Okay, I was just setting up some theoretical storyline, brother. Saying PK, if they wipe the map, hey, they're going to be doing just fine. But they won 2 team fights, the power weapon, and the bulk of the points. Can they do it again on the second hill? We already see a little bit of a stalemate over there between Avexis, and I believe that's going to be player number 4. Or excuse me, it's going to be Raver and Avexis on the opposite side. So it's going to be a 2v2 there and a 2v2 here. And Monkeys is holding on for dear life with this torque bow shot. He sends it flying. It has 0 effect. Now he can push up in a 2v1 against Rushies.
Even if he dies over here, his teammates have to win that battle. And Detox was able to get it down. Inzum finds the elimination, and it does look like they solidify themselves there. The Rushies, even though he got tossed in turn, flipped upside down, it was out the greater good of the team. But Dezenide, he wastes no time trying to push in towards the hill and just embarrasses Detox in a quick shot. And now they have to continue to push that back line. They can't allow Inzum to stay alive, because that will happen. He takes out one, tries to turn and burn, take it out Monkeys, but he comes up just a little too short. The rest of the team are so successful, it takes them no effort to go ahead and find the rest of those eliminations. You got to think that Pittsburgh Knights will be able to train.
Alex, hazme 2 hijos. ¿Nomás quieres 2? What's up, papi? What's good? Luke Priest. ¿Qué onda? What were you watching on your phone? Este mapa se me hace complicado. Poquito. A mí me gusta mucho este mapa. A mí me gusta.
And a 100-point lead isn't looking too far-fetched for Pittsburgh Knights at this point in time. Detox fighting so hard, but he's full red. He's getting shots on just about everybody from PK, but he's not getting the finishes, unfortunately. But maybe there's still a silver lining. Enzum takes down one. Look at him dodging the torque as well, and then pushing up. Beautiful spacing. That's literally... Oh, can he get the finish? Hold up. There's 2 more PK members, and I know he wasn't expecting that.
Needs more bullets in the chamber. That's what Enzum's thinking there. Unfortunate timing on the reload. At least he did get the trade, though. So they're going to be able to solidify themselves in towards the back. Short bow Revan is just going to land a couple of splash damage. Flash grenade to buy his team a couple more times. Even neutralize a possible, but Rushies goes for the flank. You got to think after that last map, Pittsburgh Knights have to see him come here at least one time or another as he continues to spread the defense thin. They lose Enzum, though. That's going to be a big part of their defense. Down and out. Rushies, Detox, Avíseme, everybody falling short. Pittsburgh Knights on the 3rd consecutive hill. They make easy work. Absolutely easy. Figuring out a way to break through the defense and make the hill their own.
There it is, 100+ points for Pittsburgh Knights. Well done to them. A bit of a whip, though, from Monkeys. Uncharacteristic. You don't see that too often, but hey, Rise will capitalize off that mistake. Not only getting the kill, but also the pickup, as Monkeys did, in fact, get a drop. See Pittsburgh Knights now having to push back in. Rise, though, doing a great job pushing them back. It is a scrappy fight for sure, but it looks like Rise is going to have the final lap at the end of the day.
No, this man down to teammate.
A second. Dezo is ready to go, forcing Rushies back. We're fighting for scrap time at this point. Rushies wants all the points that he can possibly.
Jesus.
A couple of missed shots will put him into the grave. Pittsburgh Knights committed 4 strong for that engagement. Torquebo looks like it's going to be a player 5, so Raver should have that, or Desra, whoever decides to pick it up.
¿Se imaginan que para el próximo regresa un equipo con Explosive, Mento y Alex? Me mojo. Don't think Rise is going to take it or not.
Coming out of the Pittsburgh Knights, but you know, when you have that second one in your hands, it just gives you another opportunity to try to shut it down.
Yeah, I think they can.
Trying to give him some
Oh
sort
my
of high
god.
ground with that active, almost threading the needle onto Enzum, but only going to get some splash damage. They have to be careful here. Tread lightly because frag grenades are in play. There goes both of them getting dished out. Neither one of those able to find any success as PK maneuvers around. Another opportunity. Flash over the top, or I should say Torquebo, trying to get that splash damage. If first you don't succeed, try again. He finally connects with Detox. Enzum falls shortly after. That's going to be a double kill for Dezenide. Make it a triple thanks to the help of Raver as Pittsburgh Knights continue to assert their dominance. And Avíseme, as good as his stats were, is starting the game kill list.
Yeah, still killless, and that's tough. Avíseme is a guy that, yeah, he'll output the damage, right? He'll definitely do what he needs to do for the team, but he needs to get those kills. He's a high-impact player, and you expect him to get into the hill and make a big impact. But Pittsburgh Knights, to their credit, brother, they are looking more serious now than they even look in map #1 on District.
Oh my god, Enzum's a god.
So, truly impressed
Oh,
with what I'm
Rushies.
witnessing. Team firing is on point. Rise, they're pushing in as individuals, and when they get there, Pittsburgh Knights are ready to
¿Qué pasó con
go.
Sleepy? También retirado.
Goes to show that
Retirado.
last game with Rushies, the amount of flanks he was able to produce, the amount of big kills from both the shotgun and the Torquebo was a major factor here as Rushies able to find one. They get it down onto Raver. Since nobody's there, they're going to bleed him dry as they continue to try to push forward and get the next spawn point underneath their control, but they're going to have to work for it. They're going to have to fight. Not going to be long, though, as Fearsley goes out. Monkeys is set to scramble as he loses his teammate. He's going to fall. The last 2 members are nowhere in sight to contest this one.
Nowhere in sight, indeed. 163 to 60. Such a big lead. 103 points, Jacob. And it could get any worse. It could get even worse if Pittsburgh Knights can have more success on this next hill, depending. In fact, he's in a terrible spot. He's been stunned. Pittsburgh Knights are going to swing wide on him and take him down. Rise holding onto this hill, but quite honestly, I think PK is going to be able to break this. That's a great shot onto Detox. 3 out of the way. PK well on their way to victory road.
Yeah, but about a 55 to 10, maybe even 20 run, and it counting for the Pittsburgh Knights. Thread the needle from across the map. Dezenide continues to go on a roll. Monkeys fiercely find a pair of kills on that side of the map. There goes a Rushies flank. He's able to find one elimination, but his teammates, they just crumble like a soft-baked cookie all around him. And Rushies is not going to get a taste of that one as he gets shut down as well. Enzum gets backtracked. Everybody denied entry as the Pittsburgh Knights will be the first team over 100. The first team over 200 here in a few short seconds as they break out, find another another elimination onto Detox and continue to put a hurting onto Rise.
Rise should have tried to recuperate and recover mentally a lot earlier than this, because now it runs into the question, Jacob, where it's like you can't really slow down. You can't. You have too much of a deficit to overcome. You just got to continue to throw your body at each and every fight. Rise should have at least slowed things down or tried to change things up much earlier, but now it's almost to the point.
Oof.
It may be to the point of
Rush is still hiding.
especially
All
after
right,
that
it's not that
three-man
bad.
fight. PK,
He's not gonna get that. Oh, he is. Oh,
truly
Rush.
unstoppable at this point. Great job from Rushies, though. That is a start. That is a start. But this deficit, honestly, it's going to be so difficult to overcome.
Yeah, barring any points they got on
Shit
the
is
field,
funny how he just starts
93,
running to his team.
19
Oh.
for Knights. And with those
Wow.
eliminations, another double kill from Raver as he continues to stay alive. Quick revive back into the mix.
Okay.
Vexys and Inzum finally assert their dominance in this exchange. But for Inzum, it's only a few short seconds before he's taken out, and a few short seconds overall
Jesus.
before Desonide and the rest of the
Oh
Pittsburgh
my,
Knights are
what's
back in the
happening right
fray,
now,
but
dude? Like, whose hill is
Rushies,
this?
he gets the
Rise?
double
Okay,
kill.
Rise
Monkey's not
finishes
even
with
on
the hill.
ground, but that's going to go ahead on towards his stat line. Frag grenades in the hands of Raver. You know he's going to push forward and try to use these 45 seconds. That's more than enough time for his liking.
Yeah, absolutely. 45 seconds, fight tooth and nail. It's not unrecoverable for Rise. It's really not. If they can get over this 100-point mark, be down 112, still doable. Still doable. But they got to stop PK from 250. That kind of is the threshold where I'm going to get super worried. I'm already worried. It's a great shot from Avexis. Connect onto Raver.
Oh,
trying to line up another
wait,
one.
I thought que se la
Short bomb's gonna get
pegó.
out of the way, unfortunately for him. Now it's all up to Nasher skill, which obviously is going to be one from Pittsburgh Knights. And I'd be hard-pressed to see player 7 lead this. Monkeys is going to really bleed this hill dry. And he actually does hop off. He's going to forego about 10 or so points, which really would have put more pressure onto Rise. But hey, Rise is okay with that. We're back at the start.
33 to 10 off that hill. Rise doing good, taking it step by step in this one, but they need 3 to 4 big team fights to be successful. And they're going to get absolutely stuffed. Another
tough.
double kill coming out from Raver, who's just a dominant force in Gears Esports. In the blink of an eye, they retake that hill. But the silver lining for Rise is the hill is not rotated on over just yet. So this is going to be the moment. If they lose this one, they're going to put them so far into a hole, I don't think a ladder can get them out.
I don't think so. I really don't. This is looking pretty rough at the moment. And Monkey's just absolutely on it. Look, he's on a terror, brother. He's going for the third one. He won't get it, but he'll at least get the finish and look directly into Inzum's eyes and let him know that he just made a mistake. 240 and counting. The lead insurmountable at this point. Rise 1 foot in the grave. Meanwhile, PK 1 foot in the victory circle. Raver finishing off Detox, and I think Rise is feeling defeated. That is like the 7th, 8th 3-man wipe at this point that Rise has suffered. Pittsburgh Knights not slowing down. Monkeys is 19 and 7 for goodness sake.
Yeah. After that map number 1 loss, you can see it's still kind of affecting them mentally. You combine that with the fact that how well the Pittsburgh Knights are playing. Monkey's getting a flash towards the tail end, but he's going to go ahead and live to tell the tale. Flash grenades continue to go out. Torque bows towards the ground as well. Raver continues to dominate along with Monkeys. The 1-2 punch.
GG, yeah, GG. Rise is just staggering, dude. They're it looks like they've given up.
And that is a big scoreline right there after how well we were praising him to start the game. His stat line was out of this world, but not today. That's going to be shut down by the Latin American powerhouse of Pittsburgh Knights with only 21 points to go. Rise, they're going to have to play perfect if they want to even taste a prolonged match.
They're getting slow for Rise.
Play perfect. What does that mean, right? Jesus, I don't even know if I can even start the dialogue. It doesn't even matter. Pittsburgh Knights are already going for the break. That's another 3-man wipe. If Inzum dies, that's a 4-man wipe. That's happened in a span of 30 seconds. I can't believe it. That is crazy. And Tezzo's letting them know 10 points away. Jacob, I don't even think Rise is going to be able to touch the hill once again. This is all but over with. 5 more seconds for Pittsburgh Knights. Make that 3-2 and now 1. And there it is. Pittsburgh Knights
fucking G's.
will in fact be your
GG's, man.
champions,
GG's.
winning this series over Rise 3-1. And they are officially in first place in the Pro League for Split 2.
Trying to calculate 52 points scored.
Hey, I did say, sí dije que iba a ser un 3-1. Un 3-1, pero parte de Rise, so bien jugado por parte de PK. Not bad, man.
To about 50. That's loose math. That's not exact.